The great 20th century Roman Catholic priest, Jesuit, poet, pacifist, teacher, activist, Father Daniel Berrigan once said, "We stand on the brink of the unknown," which is to say that things are normal and good and permissive of joy. Well, there are three words that don't always come to mind when we stand on the threshold of the unknown, right? Normal. Really? Normal? To be standing in front of an unknown future doesn't often feel normal at all. Exciting, yes. Terrifying, often. Bewildering, momentous, yes. Normal? Not really. And good. I'm glad he didn't say comfortable, because most of the time it's not that. Even good. It can feel good if the threshold is something that you have been longing for, that you've been working towards. And that is true for the graduates today. But sometimes the thresholds we stand upon, they don't feel good at all. Because sometimes they relate to losses, to endings, to unanticipated and unwelcome things. And permissive of joy. It seems to me that would depend on your attitude, which is probably what good Father Daniel is trying to get across to us. Standing on the brink of the unknown, standing on the threshold of an unknown future that stretches out before you. You know, in the twists and the turns and the highs and the lows of life, there are moments when you come to these kind of turning points, these threshold moments when you are about to leave behind what was before, the life that you have lived, and move forward into a new life. But I guess Berrigan would say that in the grand scheme of God in life, that can be just about any moment for any of us. Or it can be every moment filled with the possibility of God's transformation, which makes big moments normal and normal moments big and permissive of joy. I'm just imagining that moment for our biblical characters on that day. I'm just imagining Onesimus arriving and going face to face with Philemon for the first time. A moment that could not have felt normal or good. And permissive of joy was probably a stretch for both of them, right? Whatever past, whatever conflict, whatever tension would likely, when they saw each other, come flooding up with all the force of adrenaline in their body. But before Philemon could let that wave issue in any action, out comes Onesimus' letter. And he says, "Wait! I have a letter. You must read this. It is from your friend and mine, Paul of Tarsus." And I'm imagining Philemon taken aback and receiving the letter, recognizing the stamp, the seal, opening it, recognizing the hand of his brother in Christ, Paul, the apostle through whom he discovered the transforming love and grace of God and the forgiveness of God for him that changed his own life. And as he read, he realized that the love of God calls us to step across the threshold, leaving the norms of our past behind and stepping into a future in which radical love is now the norm. Reconciliation is now the norm. Forgiveness is now the norm. Paul appeals to him on the basis of love that has the very love that changed his life. And once that happens, you can't go back. Now, we are a community of practitioners of that very radical love, justice, reconciliation, forgiveness. These are our norms. And once those are your norms, you can't go back to business as usual, even though we all practice them imperfectly. But I do wonder how it would change things if all of us walked around with a letter from Paul in our back pocket, which reminded us of those norms. I wonder how it would change things if we each had a letter in our pocket to the world, reminding the world that there is a different way to be. I see people in the Black Lives Matter movement reminding the world that George Floyd and all of the others were children given to this world. Children. Blessed children of God. People who have a mother and a family and a life that matters. I wonder how it would change things if in every moment, every exchange, every interaction, that kind of deep respect for the life that is before us became our guiding norm in everything we do. So I have a plan. I want us to send you grads, and I guess the rest of us as well, to send you out over that threshold you were stepping over, into the future that you may know very little about, with a letter in your pocket. Just like Paul did for Onesimus. I have no idea whether this letter will be useful to you at all, will ever come in handy. But think about it. Imagine if we all went out into the world with a letter from our people in our pocket. A letter telling the world, and whoever else might care to know, where we came from, who our people are, and appealed to that future world on our behalf. A letter that goes something like this. To whom it may concern. If you are reading this letter, that means you have come in contact with someone who is very important to us. The bearer of this letter is a beloved member of our family, someone who has a dear place in our heart. They are our daughter, our son, our child, one who we have watched grow into the beautiful, capable, gifted adult that is before you. And we see them as we see you as a beloved child of God. Now, I don't know why you are holding this letter. It may be because they wanted a reference, and so did you. If that's the case, know that you can trust them, that they will keep their word, that the person before you has a strong foundation of love and commitment, loyalty and faith. It may also be because they have made mistakes in their life and they are in a tough spot with you. If that is the case, know that they come from a community that knows about making mistakes, knows how it feels to mess things up, but that believes in second chances, believes in the power of love to reconcile us, and believes that no matter what the mess, God is there, and there is always a way. Love finds a way. Please, find a way. So I appeal to you on behalf of this beloved child of God. They are a profound gift to us as a community, and we believe that they are a profound gift to the world. They could well be a divine gift to you in this moment. So treat them that way. Look carefully, and you will see what we see. And God will bless you for it. And may the grace of God be with your spirit. In love and trust, the beloved community.